Good. Hello, and welcome, Travelweek readers. Thank you so much for joining us today. Jimmy from Agencia Global is back, and we have a very special guest joining him as well. Ayla is here from Corsair, and she is going to be delivering a fabulous presentation along with Jimmy as well. Before I pass the floor over, Jimmy's going to go over the pricing details for today. I just want to make a note about questions. As always, when you have questions, please pop those into the Q&A box you see at the bottom of your screen. I will be back on at the very end of today's webinar, and I will be happy to ask any questions that you have to Jimmy and Ayla on your behalf. So don't be shy and use this time to get those questions answered. The chat is also enabled too. So if you have technical issues or you'd like to chat amongst yourselves, or if you have comments, feel free to pop those into the chat as well. But questions specifically put in the Q&A, that way they don't get missed. Okay, and that is all I have to say for today. I'm going to pass the floor over to Jimmy so you can all hear more about today's pricing details, and then we'll get this presentation started. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. Jimmy, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. Long time no speak. Hope everyone's doing well. So as mentioned, I don't like running webinars if I'm not going to be lining your pockets with something. So we've got a $250 Amazon gift card available to win as a raffle prize. We've got 3 quick conditions for you to satisfy in order to qualify for the raffle. Number 1, we ask for you to attend the webinar in its entirety, including the Q&A. Number 2, register for an account on Agencia Global. It's completely free. And if you're tuning in as one of our existing agents already, then you can consider that box checked off. You still qualify. And number 3, if you're taking the time to attend this webinar and learn more about Corsair and Agencia, then the third point is we ask that you make at least 1 Corsair booking on Agencia during the bonus commission promotion period. I'll get into that a bit later, but as those who have attended one of Agencia's webinars know, even if you don't win the raffle prize, we're definitely going to put some more money in your pocket in the meantime if you're booking with us. So I'll be showing you in the latter half of this presentation how to make a booking on Agencia and kind of walking through the process and what signing up with us entails. But first and foremost, the star of the show, Ayla, is here from Corsair, and she will be giving you a bit of an update on their product offering. So Ayla, the floor is yours.
Hello, thank you, Jimmy. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be part of this webinar. And maybe some of you knows me, or some people I'm new for them. So I would like just to go and do an update about Corsair for the summer 2024. So I will be sharing my screen to start my presentation. Here we go. Everybody can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Thank you.
We can see it. I love it. It's not on slideshow view. I don't know if you want to put it on that because you had it there before.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So here we go. Corsair in Montreal will be soon for the summer 2024. What I'm going to do, it's going to be like an update about the product for this summer. So I will go over of the flight schedule, the fleet, the cabin, and some updated on the branded fares, the services, the lounges, and also like all this point. I will go over it one by one. So where does Corsair fly to? So this is what we're going to see. They go to Africa, Indian Ocean, the Caribbean, or we call it the West Indies, and Canada. So what are the destinations? So in France, it's the hub, it's Paris. And then we have one flight to Montreal in Canada. And the West Indies, they go to Guadeloupe and Martinique. If Africa, they go to Bamako, Abidjan, and Cotonou. And also they go in the West Indies to Madagascar, Mayotte, Île Maurice, and La Réunion. What we're gonna do, we're gonna see also Corsair, they don't fly, as I said, only to Paris. To the other destination, it will be like an offer with a train. So they go from Paris to 19 cities in France. It's a train plus the airfare. So what is going to happen, so the flight will go from Orly. They have a transfer shuttle. They will go to Massy, the station, the TGV. They take the passenger. It's a special, like a private shuttle. So the passenger doesn't have to reserve 2 tickets. It will be 1 booking, 1 reservation, and 1 fare and 1 ticket. So all the rules of the ticket, it will be one for both. So if in the future, if anything happens, let's say there is a delay or there is a cancellation, Air France will take care with the train and to do the rebooking, the protection for the passenger. So now we go through every market. For Africa, as I said, we go to Abidjan. They have a daily flight, up to 9 flights per week. And also for the month of July, they're gonna increase the frequency. It will be 2 flights per day. It will be on Tuesday and Thursday. And also they go to Bamako. They have 6 flights per week. And to Cotonou, this year, it's gonna be 5 flights per week. Also, the other line for Africa, it's Madagascar. They have 2 flights on Mondays and Fridays. The West Indies for Guadeloupe, so it's going to be Pointe-à-Pitre. They have 13 flights per week. Also, they will start a direct flight from Bordeaux on the 10th of December. It's once a week on Tuesday from the 10th of December. This is during the winter season. They have a direct Bordeaux to Guadeloupe. Also to the Martinique, Fort-de-France, they have 12 flights per week. And again, in the month of December, on the 16th of December, they will start a direct flight once a week on Monday from Nantes to Fort-de-France. The Indian Ocean, we have Île de la Réunion. They have also 12 flights per week. Again, they have a flight from Lyon and Marseille twice a week. Mayotte, they have 3 flights per week. And the last one, Mauritius, they have 4 flights per week. Also, they have from Lyon and Marseille up to 2 flights. Montreal, it's going to start. That's why we're doing the webinar now, because the flight will start. It's a seasonal flight to Montreal. Will start on the 31st of May, which is on next Friday. So it's 4 months from the 31st of May to the 30th of September. What is the fleet of Corsair? So the current fleet, we have the Airbus 330-300. So they have one of 203 cabin, economy, premium, and business class. So mostly it's going to be for Montreal. It will be coming the Airbus, we call it Sky and Zen. It's going to be for 328 seats in economy, 12 in premium, and 12 in business class. This is like to show you the configuration and how it's going to be, how many rows for this aircraft that will be coming to Montreal. Just to advise you, this year, Corsair will have another flight for only 2 months, for the months of July and August. It's going to be the Envelope, which is like from Iberojet airline. It's a new plane, where it's an Airbus 330-900. As I said, it's only for 2 months, for the month of July, and it's going to be only, the cabin will be economy class. So no business, no premium. So the business and premium will be Corsair from the 31st of May till the month of June and the month of September. But for July and August will be only economy, and the service will be Corsair. Only the crew will be from this company, the Spanish company, but the crew will be half of them Corsair, but all the service, it will be Corsair. Also, Corsair, they have the new fleet. They started getting those planes in 2021. So far, they have 7. They just got the last one in March 2024. So they have 2 types of aircraft. So also divided by 3 cabins. One of them, they have 311 seats in economy, 21 in premium, and 20 in business class. Versus the new one, which is arrived in March, it's 302 seats in economy, 21 in premium, and 20 in business class. So this is also the configuration of the 3 cabin between business, premium, and economy. So the new aircraft, the Neo, it's like the newest plane, and it's very modern, it's very quiet. The advantage of the consumption, it's 94,000 tons saved per aircraft per year, and it's minus 50% reduction in emissions, and also it's 25 less fuel consumption. It's very quiet in all cabins. Also, they provide Wi-Fi on board, and it's with the latest generation of screen. So also it's air purified by HEPA filters, renewed every 2 to 3 minutes, and also they have the latest generation mood lighting. So I'm gonna show you like the cabin, just to give you a comparison between the 330, the current one, and the new Neo. So again, as we said, like this is what we're gonna have in Montreal. We have 12-seat business, 12-seat economy, 12-seat premium, and also we have the Eco Plus with 78 seats, and the Eco standard, it's going to be 250 seats. The difference, just briefly to tell you about the business class, in the 330, they recline 156 degrees, and the configuration of the seat, it's 2, 2, and 2, and the screen LCD, it's 32 centimeters. In premium economy, it's also the configuration, it's 2, 2, and 2. The floor spacing is 94 centimeters. They recline 125 degrees, and the screen LCD, it's 25 centimeters. Versus the economy, the floor spacing, this is the plus, it's 86 centimeters, and the standard, it's 82 centimeters. The touch screen LCD, 20 centimeters for the 330-300. Versus we see the Neo, the business class, it's a full flat bed, and the configuration is 1, 2, and 1. And also we see that the screen LCD is wider, bigger, it's 39.6 centimeters versus the premium economy. Also the recline, it's 125, but what we see, the screen LCD 33.8 centimeters, and also the screen are bigger in economy cabin, but the touch screen LCD, it's 25.4 for both the economy plus and the economy standard. And also there is a Wi-Fi, as I was mentioning, in the Airbus Neo. So with Corsair, we serve on board. So this is in economy class. The comfort kit, the sleeping mask, and also the headphone, and they have the fleece blanket. The catering, they will start with the welcome punch, and also they have 1 meal for a passenger plus drink. It's alcohol and non-alcohol. And also they have the choice to order the themed meals, which is, I will show you on another slide what are the options, but it will be with the extra cost, and it has to be reserved 48 hours in advance. The entertainment, they have more than 100 movies, the music, albums, videos, games, and so also this is the Wi-Fi, as I mentioned, it's on the Neo 330. And for the economy, they started with a pack of $4. So I would like just to show you the video of the economy cabin. go to the premium economy, so again, they have the kit for the premium class, and also they have the advantage for the priority access number 1, which is it's the priority for checking, boarding, and also passing security, and the priority for baggage delivery. So the catering, they start with the champagne, the aperitif, digestif, and they have 2 choices of hot meal, and this is specially prepared for the premium economy, combined with the alcohol and non-alcohol beverages. And also they have the choice to order the themed meal. This is, as again, it's for the extra cost. And also I would like to show you the video of the premium economy cabin. And the last, the business class, again, they have the priority for access number 1. They have the comfort kit, including the 5-mode cosmetic, and also access to the lounge. So the catering will be, they start with the champagne offered by the special champagne Laurent Perrier, and all the aperitif and digestif. They have 3 meal choices. This is prepared by the local chef, and also they can do pre-booking. It's possible 48 hours before departure, and also they have the choice to order. This is like for a cost. It's the prestige and signature menu. And then the last video is just to show you the business class. All this business class, it's from the Neo aircraft. So before I go to the Wi-Fi pack, I just want to mention why I mentioned that Corsair for the Montreal market, we will have the Airbus 330-300, but it's from Montreal, Paris, but maybe you will have more passenger for the destination, African destination, or to the West Indies. So they will have both aircraft. it will be the 3:30 from Montreal to Paris, and then to continue, for example, to Abidjan or any destination, they will provide the Neo, the new plane. So now the Wi-Fi, it's just to show you they have the choice to for the passenger. They can choose if they want to buy, like it's divided between economy, premium class, business class, and also for the platinum passenger. So let's say, for example, they want a limitation of 20 megabytes. So in economy, it's for a cost of $4, but for premium and business and platinum, it's free of charge. So this is a list. You will see you can just provide it to your passenger if they are asking for a Wi-Fi on board. Now we're going to go to the branded fares of Corsair. There are some changes from last year. So I would like to go over it and give you like an update. I will go through every branded fare. So in economy, there were 4 branded fare. It was before basic, smart, classic, and flex. So from this year, from the end of 2023, they changed it. Now they have only 3: basic, classic, and economy. And this is like this flyer. It's very easy to use, so you can have it with you always. So it's very simple. So first, you see for the basic, for example, what is added in the fare basis, the PB and RD. So let's say for the fare rules, it's straightforward. Like the basic is the ticket is changeable. All the tickets in economy are changeable. The difference between like the basic classic, it's with the penalty of 200 euro. Like I converted, let's say in Canadian, it's 270 Canadian. For the flex, it's free of charge. For the refund, the basic and the classic is non-refundable, but for the flex, it's refundable. What is included, like as a complimentary services included, of course, as we saw, the meal is included on board of all the economy class. The carry-on, it's like provided per passenger, it's 12 kg. And also for the checked baggage. So for the basic, let's say from Montreal to Paris, there is no bag. They have to buy and pay for the bag, except for, let's say you have a passenger going from Montreal to Africa destination, it will be one piece of 23 kg versus in classic, again, the same thing for Montreal, Paris, classic and flex, it's one piece of 23 kg. Only for the Africa or the Indian Ocean, it will be 2 pieces of 23 kg. For the seat, the basic and classic, it's a paid, they have to pay. But for the flex, for the standard, it's free of charge. When they reserve their ticket, they get their ticket, they can have their seat. It's only like the complimentary services with a fee. It's just the menu extra that they would like to request it in advance. And also for the seat for the basic and the classic. And for the flex, it's only the exit row, the seat close to the front. So also the excess baggage, it has to be paid. For the premium, also they have 2 branded fare, the Smart and the Flex. So the Smart, it's restricted with the ticket is changeable with a penalty of 250 euro. The ticket is non-refundable versus the Flex is changeable, refundable. Again, for the carry-on in premium, it's 80 kilogram. And for the checked baggage, before the premium, it was 2 pieces of 32 kg. But now the premium economy, it's 2 pieces of 23 kg versus if they're going, let's say, from Montreal to Africa, it will be 2 pieces of 32 kg. The seats, they can be reserved, it's free of charge. For business class, again, the same thing, the restricted, it's only that the Smart, the ticket is non-refundable, but it's changeable, free of charge. Again, the same thing for the baggage, it's 2 pieces. No, the business class, it's always 2 pieces of 32 kg. It's only the service it's going to be paid. It's the menu, the prestige or the signature. So this is very important. I see it will help a lot if to know this information. It's very straightforward, but just to let you, I wanted to mention that because it was a changes for the premium economy. It was before 32 kg, and also the flex, it was 2 pieces. Now it's 1 piece from Montreal to Paris. So also other extra services, just for your information. As I mentioned in basic, if they want to add a piece, they want to buy a seat, this are the fares. And also if they do it, very important to know, less than 72 hours, there is a price, versus if it's more and close to the day of departure, the fare will be higher. And also there is a possibility to purchase from 2 to 9 additional baggages. The passenger can do that. So either they can call the travel agency call center, or they can do it online. So again, for the seat, usually for the basic fare in economy, they can buy for the standard seat, or also if they want the economy plus or the exit row. This is there are many prices depending on the destination and the travel period. So those are the menu that it's an option for the passenger if they would like to have them. It's with a fee of 25 euro. And it has to be reserved 48 hours in advance. Also, there are other special meals. Some of them, they are offered. Let me start with this. It's the diabetic meals, no salt added, gluten free. And also, for sure, the children, it's free of charge. It's from 2 to 12 years old. There is also special meal. It's a breakfast. It's very special. So with a fee if they would like to reserve it. The prestige, this is only, it's offered from Paris, Nantes, and Bordeaux. It's also, it has to be reserved 48 hours before the flight. And it's very exceptional gastronomic service with a special chef. And if you see, this is the menu, the cost is 115 euro. And it's for all class of service. So again, for the duty free, if they do it in advance, they will get less 40% off. This is an option for the passenger as well. Now the lounges of Corsair, the standard, they have the prime class lounge. It's located in Terminal Orly 4. So this is it's a space of 360 square meter, and also they have 200 square meter of terrace with the view to the runway, and it's only available for the platinum customers traveling in business and premium. And also they have a private spaces for relaxation, for work, and also they have Wi-Fi connection, a buffet available for sweet and salty food, and also they have showers available, and also it's close to the boarding gate. This year, actually last year, end of 2023, Corsair, they launched the new lounge. It's for business class passenger. It's called the Extreme Lounge, also in Terminal 4. So it's the capacity of 100 passenger. Again, they have a dedicated room for children with games, and also the Wi-Fi is available with the connection, and also the showers are available. So the lounge is located on the 2nd floor versus the main one. The prime is available on the 3rd floor. Also, the kiosk press for all magazine newspapers is available at the lounges for free. The access number one, as I mentioned, it's very like I feel like it's very important. You can just sell it to your passenger, especially in Europe and in Paris. And the passenger, if they would like to have access number one, it can be purchased with a fee of 20 euro. So again, as I said, it's a priority checking, boarding, and also passing security and baggage delivery priority. The safety, it's the top priority for Corsair. So they do the renewal of Part 145 certification. And also this is to guarantee the top level of maintenance and safety. And also they do the renewal of ISO certification issued by Ayla. Also, there is another product. This is it's called Corsair Pro. It's all for the corporate companies. It's for SME, small, medium enterprise. This is the link if you see it on the slide, they can register online or through the travel agency. If they have like many, let's say, trip going, let's say, to Paris, going to other destination, so they can register and they have a discount on all the cabin. This is like it's an advantage to do that. And also they can accumulate mileage on this is what I'm going to show you on the other slide. It's the Club Corsair. Club Corsair, it's the loyalty program. So they have three status, the club and the gold and the platinum. So Corsair, the way they don't accumulate points, but they can get percentage of the amount of the ticket, including the taxes. For the club, they get 2% of the amount, including the taxes. And for the gold, they have 5% of the amount. They get 5% as a credit. And also on the top of that, they have one piece extra of luggage. For the platinum, it's 8% of the amount of the ticket, plus one piece of additional luggage. And they have also free 50 megabyte Wi-Fi. And also they have access to lounge and of course the Corsair priority. What are the advantages? What can they benefit from the loyalty program? So for this credit, they can use it in the future for a free ticket, additional services as upgrade, extra seat, extra bag, and also it's valid for life for the customer if they travel every 18 months. So also for this program, Corsair Club, they have a dedicated toll-free number for the passenger. They can call for any kind of information. They want to reserve a ticket. They want to also use it for extra service. So again, this amount of a credit, it can be used or by another like a club member, and it's free of charge. So this is all my presentation. Thank you for listening. And in the future, if you have any question, you can really contact me. This is my email address. And now I'm passing to Jimmy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ayla. I'm just going to get my screen share going here. That was an awesome presentation. And it's funny, we've been working together for almost a decade now, and I feel I still learn something new every time I look at your presentation, Dex. Very, very detailed, and thank you for all that information. So thanks, everyone, for listening into Ayla's presentation. I'll make mine brief. I figured since Ayla showed you why you should consider Corsair next time you're booking someone on a flight to Paris, I'll show you why you should make that booking specifically on Agencia. So you should be able to see my screen now. So when you log into Agencia, this is your homepage. You'll notice we have a Corsair banner at the top of the page. FYI, for those who are tuning in that aren't already Agencia agents, we don't put banners up for just bland brand awareness. If you see a banner, there's something in it for you, be it A, important information and updates from the airline, or B, what tends to be the case more often than not, is a bonus commission program. So when you see those banners, please make sure to click on them because there's always something in it for you. So when you click on this banner here, it'll give you the T's of our current bonus commission program with Corsair. So between now and June 23rd, for any tickets booked out of Montreal to fly this year, you'll earn a bonus $20 on any economy ticket and $50 on any premium and business ticket. I will be amending the pop-up you're looking at right now to show premium and business. My apologies for that. And the beauty of the banners on Agencia is they're actually O&D specific also. So even if you're not aware of a certain bonus commission program, if you run a search on an O&D pair on which we're paying something, there's a 100% chance you'll see that airline partner's banner pop up so that you know what's in it for you if you book with them. So in this case here, you'll see as I go through the booking process, Corsair is going to follow us. So when you get to your homepage, simply click on book flights. That'll take you to our search page. Agencia is 100% web-based, super easy to use. Long story short, if you know how to make your own booking on an OTA right now, you're already knowledgeable enough to make someone else's booking on Agencia and make some money in the process. So step one is as simple as just entering your origin, destination, and travel dates. So let's go out here in the summer. We'll go 2 weeks to Paris. You could put up to 9 passengers on one PNR. This is where you provide the breakdown of adults, children, infants on lap, and on seat. You could isolate a cabin class in the search results if you want, filter for nonstop flights, and disable multi-tickets. What we're referring to as multi-tickets is sometimes 2 one-way tickets will end up costing a bit less than a true blue round-trip fare. So Agencia is going to search for those automatically for you and present that as an option as well. If you're not interested in those and you just want the true blue round trips, then simply click disable multi-tickets right over here. So you could book it as a round trip, a one-way, or a multi-city. The multi-city actually allows for up to 5 city pairs. For the purposes of the demo, we'll just do a basic round trip. And you'll notice right over here, we've got a currency selector. So this isn't just for display purposes. This is actually a point of sale selector. So we have time of ticketing, commission, or net fare agreements with virtually every airline under the sun for point of sale Canada and US. So if you're making a booking out of Montreal, for example, as I'm doing now, make sure to click on CAD, because obviously flights originating in Montreal will have better compensation attached to them on point of sale Canada. But let's say, for example, you're tuning in from Vancouver today, right? And you do a lot of business out of Seattle, then by all means, at that point, you would click on USD right over here, and you'd get access to all our commissions and net fares out of Seattle. So booking is a 3-page process. We're already done with page 1, on our way to page 2, where we'll see the results and some more details on the fares. You'll notice the banner is still following us around since this is an eligible OND. So when you click on it, there's your pop-up again. All relevant information is there. Top of the second page, we're just recapping the information you selected on the previous page. If you've made any mistakes, feel free to click on refine, and it'll shoot you right back to the search page. Carrier matrix, you'll get a high-level idea of where our airline partners stand in terms of pricing for direct one-stop and 2 or more stop itineraries. The lowest price in the matrix will be highlighted in green regardless of number of stops, and the lowest of the other 2 rows will be highlighted in blue, all 3 of which will be consolidated under the all carriers column right over here. We do offer a flexible day matrix, and as we could see, Corsair is obviously the least expensive across the board here because we're seeing the same price everywhere. But long story short, we're going to add 3 days from both the outbound and the inbound dates and give you the lowest available price for that combination. All these prices are hyperlinked. You'll see as I float over them, my mouse turned into a little finger pointer instead of the traditional arrow. If you were to click on any of these boxes, it'll rerun the search for you, preserve the OND in the PAX count, and just modify the travel dates accordingly. So we'll close that up. At the bottom right here is where you'll get a bit more detail on your fares. So what are we looking at here from left to right? We've got the little blue line right over here. If you see that, that means that branded fares are available, as Ayla alluded to a bit earlier. Obviously, Corsair offers those branded fares. You'll then see your fare type. So you've got the nets that you could mark up or the pubs that pay a time of ticketing commission. Your RBD, your price per pax, which when you hover over it, will give you the breakdown, between the base fare and the taxes. Your total price, little blue luggage icon right over here. When you click on it, you'll get a new window opening up. Hopefully you can all see that now, showing Corsair's website. So we'll send you directly to our airline partner's website. So no need to worry about has Agencia updated the T's and C's to luggage policy, for example, or do we have the most updated fare rules? In both of those cases, we retrieve the information directly from the airline partner, and I'll get into the fare rules portion of it shortly. So when you click on view flights, that's where your available flights will appear below the recap right over here. So the outbound flights are on the left, inbound flights on the right. When you select both the outbound and return flights, you'll get your fare families that Ayla was describing earlier that pop up below. Let's say you're not interested in the basic, you want to take the classic. Well, I'll draw your attention to the 904 right over here. When I click on the classic, my price per pax adjusts automatically and I'm good to go. Now, in both cases, on both sides, left to right, what are we looking at here? Number of seats remaining. If we see a 9, that means 9 or more are available, as is the case in the way it's displayed in the GDS. You then get your flight number, your RBD, segment O&D, departure and arrival times, flight duration, and then if you click on this little blue eye right over here, that's where you'll get another pop-up that'll retrieve the fare rules directly from the GDS right over here as well. So again, no worries. If you're seeing anything here, it's up to date. Our system refreshes this information automatically at midnight every day. So once we selected our outbound and our inbound flights, we're good to go. Off to page 3 we go. So we just click on book right over here, and it'll take about 30 to 45 seconds as it confirms seat availability and then brings us to the checkout page. Top of the third page, very similar concept to that at the top of the second page, which is just going to recap the information that was entered or selected. Your outbound and inbound flights separated by blue highlighting. If you forgot to click on the little blue luggage icon, you can do so right over here. If you hover over it, it'll show you how many pieces of luggage are included. Once, whoops, I'm not going to explain the autofill button, excuse me, that's exclusive to my account, my apologies. What I'm doing there is just filling out the form with some PAX info so I don't bore you. So here we go. I'll scroll past all this, PAX 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you've entered your information, this is where you could add travel insurance or apply a markup. So first and foremost, travel insurance. We are partnered with Manulife for Point of Sale Canada, and we try to make it as user-friendly for you as possible to sell. So let's say, for example, you're looking to take a global all-inclusive travel protection. Once you select that from the drop-down menu, your benefits will pop up automatically. It's kind of giving you the Coles notes on what's in it for your passengers should you take this coverage. You then get the total price, but since those numbers tend to be a little intimidating, now in this case, I did select a 5-passenger itinerary, which is why the price is so high. We gave you this little sales tool right over here. So if you want to give a slightly less intimidating number, rather than saying, $1,160 for $15 per day per person, you're basically insured from A to Z. And what I will definitely draw your attention to is the commission payout right over here. So on that $1,163 inclusive of taxes, you'd be entitled to $471 of commission only on that coverage. Now let's remove the commission. Let's remove the insurance, not the commission. My apologies. When we get to the price breakdown section, this is where you could add your markup. This is where you'd see how much you stand to make once this booking is confirmed. And we've also added a cool tool for you to use here. So just to explain to you what we're looking at first and foremost, you'll see how much you stand to make in terms of commission. Now, had you selected the published fare, the commissionable published fare, you would see how much commission you're eligible for. Just a little FYI, we have both commission and net fares available with Corsair. The net fares tend to be more advantageous, so I'd encourage you, if you're booking Corsair, keep an eye out for the net fares rather than the published fares. You could definitely sell both at the same price, but you'll make more via the net fare. Now, speaking of net fares, we all know we can mark them up, but a bunch of airlines have different rules and it's kind of hard to keep track. So we're going to make your life a bit easier. If you go to the agency markup section right over here, when you hover over the little question mark, you'll see 2 bits of information. So number 1, how much does the airline allow for? In this case, Corsair allows for $194.48. And then also, what is the maximum agency markup, meaning how much will we allow you to mark up by? So I'll give you an example for both. So let's say we want to stay below that Corsair markup policy. So we're putting $190. your markup automatically shows up right over here, broken down per pack. So you've got the base, the taxes, subtotal, markup, and total per packs. Taxes and fees, if you hover over the little question mark, once again, it'll give you that breakdown of the taxes for each packs. Right below that, you'll see the charges on the customer's credit card. Now, Corsair obviously accepts credit card as form of payment on their net fare, so it's all going on their merchant account since we're within their markup allowance. And then finally, in the agency payout, that's where you see how much you stand to make by making this booking. Now, again, we selected a net fare, so there's no commission, but the $190 markup that I entered above is there and ready for the taking. Now, let's say, for example, you're looking to mark up this ticket by more than what our airline partners allow for, which tends to happen often enough with overseas flights, especially with packs who are traveling business class. They want the white glove service. They want nothing to do with 1-800 numbers. They want to call you on your cell phone directly at 3 a.m. if something goes wrong, for example. Now, obviously, no one's doing that as volunteer work, so you're probably charging for that service. So let's say in this case, for example, we'll go a little more on the higher end. Let's say we want to add a $400 markup per pax. So we're adding a $2,000 markup to the ticket. Now, you can do that with Agencia or any other consolidation partner you're working with today. But the minute we surpass the maximum allowable markup from the airline, as you know, the rest has to go on your consolidator's merchant account. So by default, that's the setting we have in Agencia, but it's not the only setting. So if we look right over here, we still have the base fare with the taxes and the max allowable markup going on Corsair's merchant account. And then the difference goes on ours. Now you'll note here we had a 3% service fee just to offset the fees that we incur by using our merchant account. And everything was adjusted right here. You've got your $400 markup per pax, your service fee, their brand new grand totals. And now the agency payout shows that you stand to make $2,000 on this ticket. Now, let's say, for example, you're presenting this as a package price and you have no interest in getting the third degree post booking with your customer asking why is there a charge of 4,700 and another one for 1,800, will allow you to hide your markup and present an all-inclusive price. So right up here, pricing strategy, lowest price is always selected by default. But if you click on single charge, and this price will go up probably closer to the $6,800 range. When you select single charge, what happens is, see, the price went up by a bit, but the reason for that is we've completely removed the charges on Corsair's merchant account and everything is going on ours. So now that 3%, rather than applying to that incremental $1,900 markup, applies to the entirety of the fare. Now, let's say, for example, you're saying, well, we agreed on a price that's closer to 6,500, right? At that point, you would have to adjust your markup accordingly. So you could go to 1,800. There you go. You're back in the neighborhood of 6,521. So it's up to you. If you think you could charge more, go for it. If you think it's got to come out of the markup, not completely ideal, but at the same time, you're still hiding an $1,800 markup that, to the best of my knowledge, no other consolidator on the market gives you the tools to do. So by all means, if and when you do sign up with Agencia, please take advantage of this. And at this point, post booking, worst case, you might get a call saying, hey, you're at ABC Travel. I booked a ticket with Corsair. Who's Agencia? Why is this charge showing up on my credit card? And we all know that's easy enough to explain. We're your wholesaler. We fulfill your tickets. Everything's on the up and up. Your booking's confirmed and you're good to go. Now, the reason I selected 5 passengers for this demo is because I wanted to show you what I believe is the coolest tool available in Agencia, and that is the ability to accept multiple credit cards as form of payment on one PNR. So let's say now I'm trying to present this as quickly as possible, but let's say, you spent the better part of an hour with 5 people sitting in your office trying to finalize this booking. You think you're done, but unfortunately, each one wants to provide their own credit card number. So, one could get their miles, the other one gets their cash back, and so on. Unfortunately, this is where you'd have to go back to the beginning and book 5 separate PNRs, unless you're working with Agencia. So when we scroll down to the payment section, you'll note here, single payment is selected by default. If one person is paying for everyone, great. I click that autofill button at the top, which is why you're seeing some fake card info entered already. You agree to the terms and conditions, click book and pay, and you're off to the races. But what if everyone does want to use their own card? That's where you would select multiple payment. You'll notice that a drop-down menu shows up that allows you to select as many credit cards as there are packs. So let's say, for example, everyone wants to pay with their own. If I go back to the payment section over here, I'm getting an error message telling me I have to assign passengers to their fees. So we've created a very simple system for you to do that. You grab each packs, drag and drop each one to their respective card slot. Once you've done that, you've got your tabs available right over here. Enter your 5 different credit card information right over here. And when you click on book and pay, now everyone will be under the same PNR. Each one will have used their respective credit card. Agencia, once you register, keeps that information so that when you get to the confirmation page, you'll have the ability to download both an invoice and an itinerary with your agency information pre-populated at the top of that PDF. So it's pretty cool. If you're using separate software to do that, we'll get rid of that for you. That's pretty much it. Now, if you select the single charge feature, the base fare and the entirety of the markup will show up under the base fare. If you go with the lowest price option, which is where you keep the markup separate, then it'll show as a service fee. So it's up to you to decide on how you want to present that. Now, I know we're running a little short on time, and I want to give everyone time for a proper Q&A. So I'll cut my presentation off here at this point. So again, fully web-based environment, no GDS knowledge required. We manage all post-booking for you. So if you have any questions, you could feel free to email us or call us. I'll just click on contact us right over here. Our contact information is right over here. If you want to just write us in the form and click on submit, we'll receive that as an email and get back to you. If you like what you saw, or let's face it, if you really don't like what you saw, but you feel like making up to an extra $50 per ticket for the next 4 weeks, by all means, please feel free to sign up. So when you go to www.agenciaglobal.com, this is our landing page. When you get there, you'll see that little register button pop up. Click on register. We'll ask you for some basic info, as well as the name of your master agent. You could have up to 50 agents in one account. The master agents could modify agency information, view everyone's bookings, access commission statements, and add new agents. Whereas a regular agent, to be added by the master agent, obviously, would have access to their bookings, and that's about it. So we would, reserve the master slots for an agency owner, director, accounting, if they want access to commission statements, and so on. So on that note, unfortunately, I've only left us with 7 minutes, but if any of you have questions for Ayla and I, please feel free.
Thank you, Jimmy, for the presentation. Always nice working with you.
Always a pleasure, Ayla.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you to you both, Jimmy and Ayla, for that excellent presentation. And not to fret, Jimmy, we don't have too many questions today, but because we're getting to the end of our time, I will get right to them. We also had lots of comments just saying very detailed presentation. Thank you. Great session. So lots coming in from our participants today with their enthusiasm over all you've shared. So thank you to you both again. Our first question here is coming from Lena, and now I'm pretty sure, Lena, that this question you were asking to Ayla, and it was during her presentation about the 2% credit. And Lena's asking, is there a minimum amount of sales required to get the 2% credit that you were speaking about, Ayla?
I don't know what credit.
Do you want Lena? Do you want to clarify that if you're with us? Yes, she said yes. Question was for Ayla.
Here, Ayla. She was probably talking about, the club 2%, 5%, 8%.
The loyalty program, she says.
The loyalty program. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on, let me see the question again.
Yeah, so she's asking, is there a minimum amount of sales required to get the 2% credit for the loyalty program?
Not really, no, nothing. So as soon as they enroll for the program, right away. So the first status, which is the basic, they get 2% of the total of amount of the ticket. So there is no minimum, nothing. So right away, the ticket is issued, let's say $1,000. So they get 2% credit, and it will be in their account. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that answer. Okay, our next question is coming from Suzanne, and Jimmy, this one's for you. She's asking, I'm trying to register with Agencia Global. Is there an area to register as an independent travel advisor affiliated with a travel agency?
Yes, you can definitely register as independent. So under company name, just feel free to put your name as well as your host agency and their IATA number. We would have to reach out to them just to confirm that it's okay that we work with you, obviously, since you're under their umbrella. But definitely, I would venture to say that the majority of our agent partners are home-based and independent.
Great, excellent. Thank you for clarifying there. Suzanne was also saying thank you in regards to the branded fare chart slide. She thought that was really valuable.
I told her I'm gonna send it to her. So
Excellent. Yeah, I saw that come into Ayla. So do you think possibly would you like to share that slide in the follow-up email to all our participants today?
Of course. Yes.
Excellent. So you can send that over and then you will have that information as well, travel agents, so you can refer to it again. Also stay tuned for our follow-up because you'll receive a link to the recording of today's webinar if you want to go over any of the information that you learned today as well. Okay, this last question is coming from Lena and she's asking about I think, Jimmy, when you were showing your presentation, the flights in your presentation that were from Quebec, she's wondering about travel insurance. So would Manulife cover for guests living in Ontario?
Yes, coast-to-coast coverage for Canada. We don't have any agreements for point of sale US just yet, but an Ontarian flying out of Quebec is not a problem at all. I'd also like to go one step further on the last question, and I'll even share my screen again just to show what I'm talking about. So as I showed earlier, when you click on the banners, you get a little pop-up. This pop-up is not necessarily limited to one page. So what I'm going to do for everyone who registered today or even existing agents, by let's say tomorrow morning, this will be a 2-pager, and page 2 will be Ayla's slide with the fair families also.
Excellent, excellent. That is also really helpful, I am sure. So thank you, Jimmy, for including that as well there. Yeah, Dominique is saying thank you for that information. Someone else is saying thank you for answering that question from before. So lots of enthusiasm here for today's presentation and for all the information that you both shared. It looks like that's the end of our questions as well for today's session, and we're right at the end of the hour as well. So just in time. Before we close out, I just want to extend my thanks again to both of you, Jimmy and Ayla and Agencia and Corsair, for being here today to share with our Travel Week community. Thank you very much. Do you have anything that you'd like to add before we close out?
Thank you very much. I'm really happy that we did this webinar with you for the first time and with Jimmy. So hopefully it's going to be helpful for everybody, and don't hesitate if you have any question. You can just send me an email. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Ayla.
And I too just want to say thank you everyone so much for taking the time to be with us. Congrats on checking off the first box. Everyone who's still around right now has already covered the attendance part of things. So please remember to register for an account. It's completely free. There's no monthly fees, transactional fees, ticketing fees, anything like that. So please feel free to register. That would be 2 of 3. And the minute you make a Corsair booking between now and the 23rd, you'll be in the raffle for that $250 Amazon gift card.
Amazing. Thank you for that, Jimmy. And last but certainly not least, thank you to all our Travel Week community for participating in today's webinar. As you know, here at Travel Week, we are dedicated to providing the very best information so you can book amazing holidays and travel product for your clients. And with that, I would just like to say, have a great rest of day to you all, and we'll see you at the next webinar. Thanks again, Jimmy, Ayla, everyone on the call. Until next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.